So in this little series we're doing talking about abortion, I've mentioned the fact several times that what abortion is the killing of a child in the womb, and we can't lose sight of that fact. So even as we listen with charity to the arguments of those who are advocating for abortion, and responding with care and compassion to those who find themselves in difficult situations and crisis pregnancies, that we need to respect the fact that that's what abortion is. It's the killing of a child in the womb, and keep returning to that because that's what we're debating. We're debating whether or not it's ever justified or should be legal to kill a child in the womb who's by definition innocent. So if you keep shining the light on that plain truth of what abortion is, then those who advocate for so-called abortion rights have to somehow deal with that. The fact that abortion means killing a living human person. And the way that they typically deal with that is to try and deny some aspect of that definition, right? That abortion means killing a living human person. And it's very difficult to, try and say that, well, the child's not really alive yet, because obviously, scientifically, the child in the womb is alive. It's growing and developing. And it's also very difficult to try and claim that, well, the child's not really human, because clearly the child is human, right? Human beings beget human beings. What else is it, right? It's not a member of any other species. It's got human DNA. It's a human being, albeit a young human being. So the focus tends to be on that third word there, person, right? That abortion means killing a living human person. And they'll say, well, we don't think that the child in the womb qualifies as a person. And that's the reason why the argument tends to focus on that issue, is because what does and does not qualify as a person is not something that's scientifically verifiable, but it's more of a philosophical concept. How do we define, what and who a person is? And I'm not going to get into the philosophical, definition of person here in this video, but I don't think we really need to, and I don't think you have to talk about this issue with those who advocate for abortion. You just have to have a bit of a sense of history, because historically, anyone who has attempted to deny the status of a person, and usually these are those in power, people in position of power. Anyone who has attempted to deny the status of person to another group of human beings, and usually these are people who are not in power, right? Those who are being oppressed. The justification for doing that, for denying an entire class of human beings that status of persons, has been to exploit them, to enslave them, to otherwise use and maltreat them, and often to outright murder them. So that argument that this class of human beings, whatever it may be, does not really qualify as a person, they're not really people, has been used to justify slavery and genocide and Holocaust. So when you make that argument to say that this specific class of human beings, in this case, human beings still in the womb, the youngest human beings, those who are quite voiceless and helpless, that class of human beings doesn't qualify as a person, and therefore does not have any protection under the law and can be discarded. That's the company you're keeping. Is that the company you really want to keep?